have three representatives from Atlassian join us today. We have Marcus and Patricia, who will be doing presentations throughout the day, and Simon is here to have a great time with all of us. High Velocity ITSM. Here are the main points we'll be going through today. We'll start up with a quick recap of what was presented in Sydney at the High Velocity ITSM event. Then Marcus will tell us about coordinated autonomy. We'll have a story about Lufthansa and how they revamped their ITSM. Patricia will do a product demo session, and I'll tell us about best practices. And finally, Marcus will share his Beyond IT presentation. You'll see that you've all gotten a pair of socks as a thank you for joining us here today. And if you pay attention throughout the day, there will be a quiz at the end where you get a chance to win even more Atlassian-themed prizes.
Is it a card?
Sadly not. I can throw a cap in there. But before we begin, a quick message from Atlassian co-founder and co-CEO, Scott Farquhar.
Welcome to your local High Velocity community-led conference. At Atlassian, we're dedicated to empowering developers, IT, and business teams to deliver legendary service experience using Jira Service Management. Now, thanks to our incredible Atlassian community leaders, we're able to bring High Velocity to you. We're pumped to see so many cities all around the world swarming on ITSM topics. We hope you enjoy connecting with your fellow product users to sharpen your skills, learn how they deliver exceptional customer service experiences, and how you can too. Thank you to our community leaders and Atlassians speaking at and supporting these events. Have a blast.
All right. So, BSM, bad service management. That's the message from Atlassian. We want to end bad service management. What is bad service management? What are the symptoms? Bloated budgets, overspending on products, blurred vision, not having insights into what's happening within our company, leading to irritable teammates, migraines from the setup complexity of complex ITSM products, and nausea from outdated, ancient experiences, which all leads to paralysis and death of deployments within our organization. Throughout today, we'll be sharing with you how we can end this using the Atlassian platform. Using Jira Service Management to unite developers, IT and operations and business through modern operations and modern support with the Atlassian tool stack. We're proud to share that Atlassian has reached 50,000 users of Jira Service Management worldwide who are benefiting from this platform. And let's hear a bit about the feedback that Atlassian are receiving from these customers.
Hi everybody. As many of you know, last year we set out on a mission to rid the world of BSM. In the time since, we've helped thousands of customers around the world switch to Jira Service Management. Without BSM slowing them down, teams are free to work better together and deliver exceptional service experiences. They're so grateful. We actually get lots of fan mail. Dear Scott, budgets have been so balanced. JSM has made us so efficient. Jira Service Management has made our team bond so strongly. We all got matching nose piercings and chained them together. And now we're all very scared to sneeze. Love the product, keep it up. Jira Atlassian HQ, the different teams in our office are working so well together that we feel invincible. Yesterday we cheered each other on, saying who could bench the vending machine over their head. Cheryl shattered her pelvis and we had to stop. It was great to see what we could accomplish together. Ever since we started using Jira Service Management, our dev, IT, and business teams have been so connected, almost like too connected, if you think about it. Sometimes I'm like, should I know what Ryan from HR's hair smells like? JSM has given my team the belief we can do anything, so we started conducting seances to raise the dead in the hopes of starting the first ever Netherworld Fight Club. Jira Service Management has made us so efficient that I'm 75 years ahead of schedule. So I decided to cryo-freeze my head in order to come back in the distant future when I'll have something to do. That's crazy. Back in a moment. We certainly appreciate all of your colourful enthusiasm for Jira Service Management. If you're watching and you'd like to get rid of BSM at your organisation, head on over to nbsmnow.com and make the switch today. Happy servicing, everyone. I really need to get someone to do this for me.
That's some great feedback. All right. So for the actual recap from Sydney, I'll hand over to Evan Wong. This is a recording from the event in Sydney. Even if I tried, I could not do this honor, so I'll let the video talk for itself. I shall say I've edited this quite a bit to keep it brief, and also because much of the content shared there's something that we will actually be presenting ourselves later on today. So here we go. Edwin.
It's so good to be here with all of you today. All right. Oh, I'm still wait. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Perfect.
Perfect. All right. Thank you very much for your time today, and welcome to Aarhus. That's my first time in Denmark, so I'm really proud of it to be a part of the ACE event today in Aarhus. And my name is Marcus Küppers. I'm from Germany, and I'm a senior solution engineer. Also here with my colleague Patricia and Simon. And today I will talk about Coordinate Autonomy, the future of service management. And it's not like a product-driven presentation. It is really talking about value, how you're acting as a company. And that's important. Maybe we are starting with a small icebreaker. Why do you think these services should be understood by everyone? What do you think? No answers?
Is it because they cater to everyone? So they should be understood by everyone?
Yes, in the right direction.
So they're quite intuitive to use, and they offer the services of value to the people using them.
Absolutely on the point. Absolutely. The simplicity. Easy to consume, easy to use. In each solution, thumbs up. It's a thumbs up. So that's the easy consumable of a solution. And that's also an important part if we are talking about service management. The easy UI. If you have a solution, maybe we are talking about zero engagement, and every one of you knows Excel. And every one of you knows Microsoft. And if Microsoft changed something, or you maybe, oh yes, I know how I'm acting maybe in Excel, and this feature is really good, or this function is really good. And what Microsoft says, I think we need to change this solution, or we take it on another place. Your horror story begins because you're searching, you're looking. And how many percent of the whole solution or the functionality is using maybe on the middle of each user? How many percent?
10.
Wow. 10 to 15%, yes. 50% are the really pros, not 100%. That's for me horrible. This is not zero engagement. Or are we talking about maybe the good old world SAP R3? It's a really flexible solution. No, I'm joking. So it is a really good solution, or it was a really good solution, but it's not flexible because it's really horrible interacting with SAP R3 from the user perspective. That's really horrible. And what you will do is, if you're working with some solution, you will kill someone because it's not so nice to work with SAP R3 or Excel or other big solutions with a lot of functionalities, bling bling here, buttons here, nicey things there, make no sense. You on the same line as me, or I'm talking bullshit? All right, so this needs to be changed. And change is not a question of if. You see here a timeline, and you see that technology disruptions are so fast. I start my technology disruption here, as Google was founded. I worked my first time at Google, I think it was 2001. That was my first expression. And now, Google, everyone is talking about Google. No one is talking about Netscape, Yahoo. No one. And you see the technology disruption is where we are now. And if we see now, everything is changing rapidly. We are talking at breakfast, I think with you, about changing COVID, or with you also with COVID. COVID was a game changer for us as IT-driven companies or also as vendors. That's absolutely a game changer. And also the economy disruption, so that's part of COVID. And you see now what's happened, Ukraine war. We have the others, we have now a second war in Israel, so that's horrible. And that has also disruptions into the economy, and you need to solve that one. And that's the important thing. Change is not a question of if. Do it. And what does that mean with your brand or with the brand of a company? What do you think? If we're talking about your brand as a company, what do you think?
I think change means we stay relevant, and otherwise we stagnate and fall behind.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And change, or not change, brand, if you have a look, 60% of your awareness is making by your customers. Brand awareness, 60% of your customers, and not on your employees. And a really, really good friend of mine, Richard Branson, says, clients do not come first. That's different. Employees come first. That's the important thing. And why? If you, the same as happy wife, happy life. But if you have a happy employee, the employee will deliver an amazing service to the customers. And that's the important thing. And now is the question, how do you achieve that one as a company? And it's more like a part of this one. It's more like a transition. I'm talking about transition. I have here an example about the evolution of cars. So they're really good old times. With horses, we are traveling with horses. And then maybe in the 19th century came Mr. Ford, established the Ford Model A, one of the biggest and modern car manufacturer in the world, and that at that time. And now it is not Ford. It's Tesla. Why? There's sorry. Oh, my mistake. Give me a sec. I'm so back. Why is Tesla now the biggest or the modernest car manufacturer in the world? What's happened between this time here? Tesla understood really, really fast to build cars more like in a new way of working or a new way of building cars. We saw that also in Germany. Maybe everyone of you knows the nice and fancy horror story of our airport in Berlin. It was a really horror story for German guys. He builds a completely manufacturing area in a half year. And we built more than 10 years about an airport. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Because Tesla is is good in transformation, building new ways of working, continuous improvement to improve everything. The whole construction is working on a digital way. It's really digital. And that's the part of Ford. Ford is also a good manufacturer, but they are better. Questions from your side? No questions? Silence is good. All right. This is not a part of because I'm working now 20 years in the area of service management, process mapping, etc. And I'm an absolutely fan of lean management and Six Sigma. But I tell the same as Forrester in this study from 2020. The world is rapidly changing. I told you, change is not a question of if. 78% of your accelerating efforts to digital transform their business. 78%. That's amazing. So transformation is important, really important for each company, and to have the right solution in place. And I came later on that one, the right solution in place. What challenges do IT or non-departments face as a result? What do you think? Please.
Communication.
Absolutely. Communication, collaboration. That's the key. And that's also a game changer for the digital transformation. I have maybe also some use cases later on, but we're talking about also silos. Break the silos. Open the eyes. Open your mindset to be changed for a modern operations, support, and teams. What's happened actually? Most of the customers, if you are now here as a partner, most of your customers are working maybe like so. And not the way to see the way of collaboration. We're talking also on breakfast about collaboration. And they're using maybe different solutions. So they build islands in a company. You're paying for each solution. Each solution had an own database. So there are no collaborations. Or if you need a collaboration, you need to find out an interface. And everyone of you knows how interfaces are working. Not as well as you need, sometimes. We're talking about technique. So, and therefore, you can combine that one. Bring everything together on one platform. And that's the important thing, also important part of the transformation of a company. Or as I said every time, new way of working. Here's some use cases or stories from customers, and I love the CBS story, because 90% decreases in email requests. CBS was completely driven by email requests. I hate emails. Why? I can tell you that one really simple. If you're creating emails for request something, it is really hard to verify the content. Or maybe like an example is, my printer is not printing. That's it. Send the request. The agent is asking, best employee, which Printer do you mean? Where it is? Maybe it's on, it's power on? Is there enough paper inside? You have an email ping pong. And that's not modern. And you lost a lot of time. Because if you're waiting 10 or an hour or 2 hours to solve your problem, you cannot print because your manager is waiting of something, maybe like a report or something. That's horrible. It's not good. I'm not a fan of it. And the other thing at CBS was to increase 30% of increase in projects without adding stuff. Admin was talking about the simplicity of implementing a project. And that's exactly at CBS. I had another story from Saint-Gobain. And you see 70% cost reduction in the first year. That's an ROI. That's nice. They made the right decision in the first year. 70% reduction. That's good. And also, JSM was in production within weeks. Any partners here? Atlassian partner? Yeah, I know. Okay, Daniel. One question to you.
Yeah.
What's your approx time to implement Jira Service Management at a customer?
I've seen it done within months, or even weeks, if it's a very basic implementation. Yeah, it can be done quickly.
Yes, absolutely. And we have that also, this experience. Most of the customers are implemented in weeks.
Yes.
6 or 8 weeks. I can give you maybe like or I would share my experience from from other projects that I've done in my career. We're talking about Vattenfall and energy sector. And I have 2 customers from the energy sector. One is really governance driven, and the other one was a startup. The governance driven company says to me, "Hey Marcus, we need to digitalize our process." So yes, cool, perfect, improvement. But there's a big but. Why I'm talking about the big but is they want to improve. We said they need a paper-based process. They need to copy that one into the digital one. A one-to-one copy without any improvement. It's a governance-driven company. That was horrible. We said that makes no sense. No, please implement that. Okay, as a partner, okay, we do it. Customer is king. We do that. The other story is the startup company. There's one thing. The process map, you can print it on A0. It was really a carpet. And now the other one, the startup company, implement that one, the same process, and they improve. They told to us, we need a simple and smooth, optimized process. Yes, they printed out A4. The same process. ROI from the startup company was lesser than 12 months. A really good invest. After that, they earning money. No, but it was a really good invest. And that's important if you are also talking about improvement. And that was on Saint-Gobain and also on the part of CBS. Later on, after this presentation, I will talk more about Lufthansa. All right, and now, how do I approach the transformation? And how do I proceed as a company? And my question is not the left-hand side, more on the right-hand side. Why I choose this picture? I'm not a fan of Formula 1. Why? What do you think?
Because these Formula 1 pit crews are incredibly effective in changing the tires and everything in mere seconds. everyone knows exactly what they do, and it's very streamlined.
Yeah, you are in the right direction. Other things, maybe like you?
And they know what task they're going to accomplish.
Make it simpler. Make it take it more easier.
They know what to do.
More easier. Team. They're acting as a team. Team is the key. Therefore, I choose that one. The transformation can be solved as a team. And not like as a CIO or a CEO. That makes no sense. Team is the key. And you need to keep it simple. That's the important thing. And now I'm talking about Lean and Six Sigma. Keep it simple if you're talking about transformation and improvement. And don't rush directly. If you may be thinking, oh, we are looking for a new solution, don't rush directly to a solution. That's the biggest mistake that you can do. Why? Maybe the solution fits to the C-level because they're playing golf and make a contract with SAP or Salesforce or whatever, but it doesn't fit to your team. And therefore, you need to acting on the PDCA circle from lean management, plan, do, check, act. That's the important thing. If you're not doing this, and I have maybe a small funny video in place. So there is an accident with a car, and you see here the truck will rescue the car. And what's happened? Hopefully it starts. Come on. Come on. We have the same problem, Daniel.
It played this morning.
Yeah, it works. What's happened? I can tell you. This truck rescued the car, but the car is too heavy. Therefore, the car is also falling down into the water. So that means, okay, they're acting directly. It's okay, we rush and we need a heavier truck. All right. The heavier truck will rescue this car. That's good. So problem solved. PDCA. But the heavier truck needs now to rescue also the other truck. But this truck in the water is too heavy for the other truck. So that means you are every time in a loop. Therefore, it is important to have a plan, to test your solution. Then you can check, maybe you have some studies to find out what's the best way, and then you can implement the best solution, the acting. That's my message behind. Don't rush directly to a solution and implement that one. That makes no sense. Or you have another view. Tell me. Make that sense? Wonderful. All right. The question is now, where do you start? Where's your direction? We have some different ways to find out. Is, as I mentioned before, start with teams. Team is key. And at first, find out with maybe like some stakeholders, champions, etc. Build a team that find out all stuff that you need. Maybe you have a look on your workplaces, your e-commerce activities, platform services, infrastructure services. Bring everything on the table and to find out what we need as a company to solve our problems. And that's the important thing. If you have teams and implement a new culture, that means we are talking also now about lean management and Six Sigma. Normally, the decisions will be done by C-level. And C-level goes to IT, we have now this new solution. Make no sense. What do you think about if we are talking about the team comes to the C-level and says, hey guy, best CEO, we have a solution in place that fits and we have an ROI of maybe 120% after 12 months and we can solve many time for our employees. How do you think that? How do you think this will be received, or how do you think about that message to the C-level? What do you think? He will be said yes or no?
Yeah, you'll like it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you combine that one with proven methods like lean management, Six Sigma, and you can rush to the solution. At least, not at first. That's my message. And that's also the part of Jira Service Management, if we're talking about what kind of solution fits to my company. And Lufthansa was also talking about that one. The other one is also the consideration of team cultures. If you're implementing a new culture, maybe like a service management culture into your company, that's a big change in your company because you're breaking the silos. You're working together on such different things, the part of collaboration. And if you see here, that one here, focus and creating on added value. Value is important, really important. Or maybe like optimization through automation. I'm an absolutely fan of automation. I love Jira automation. I'm a really fan of it because you can automate anything. That makes sense. That brings value to the company. If you have a look on maybe the good old times, we spoke also about automation. Automation was in the good old times an app. Now it is a native solution in Jira Service Management. You can use it with CMDB, etc. And therefore, have a look on that one. Talk with your team about this one. Promote cooperations. Simple and functional design. You know Excel and SAP R3? Simple, easy to consume. That's also key. Questions? No questions, okay. Let us go further. I make now a short recap about traditional tooling constraints transformation. If you have a look maybe like the evolution of the cars, what's happened with Ford, and this is exactly what's happened with Ford. Inflexible to dynamic businesses. Example, if you're maybe going now, maybe there's a business unit, financial department, and they need to optimize their process concerning a business reason in 2 weeks. And if we are talking now about SAP R3 and you are going to your IT department, that we need to solve that one into 2 weeks. I said, yes, you are joking. No, yes, you are joking. We can talk about 9 or 12 months. Then we can change it. What's happened? You lose business. You are not flexible. And to reinforce knowledge silos. That's also a big game changer. If you're talking about knowledge bases that we have also in place about in Jira Service Management, so that everyone can use this knowledge bases for self-service management. I solved my problem on my own. So what's happened in most of the companies, if they are maybe hired by a new company and they go, what's happened? No documentation in place. The knowledge is not documented. You lose knowledge. And knowledge is money. Therefore, you need also a good knowledge base in place to save all your knowledge of your employees. That's important. And also you can reuse it. You can collaborate with colleagues. Like in Confluence. Every one of you are knowing Confluence? Yeah, perfect. So you know the cool and fancy stuff in Confluence. I'm not a SharePoint fan. Absolutely. I'm really open, I'm honest. I'm not a SharePoint fan.
Who is?
Yeah.
Anybody want to admit?
I was working a lot with SharePoint, and I was also working with Confluence before, and I said, what the fuck? No way! That makes no sense. So in conference, you can do it quite easy. If you're working with SharePoint, okay, you need a study to do that. All right, and impose friction across teams. That's, for me, the most important part. Break the silos in combination with that one. That's the game changer for each company. Normally, the departments are in friction. Say, okay, we are in a fight. And don't open the eyes. That's the important thing. Bring the teams together, work together. Use one database, use the knowledge bases, everything, we use it together. That makes it easier. You saw that one from Edwin on the video. Compass, bring everything together. That makes sense. To reuse it. And then you have a really good overview. And then you are more, not flexible, more like you bring more value. I think that's the best answer. You bring value. That's the important thing. Have a look on the clock. I'm on time?
Yeah, we're good.
Perfect. All right. And upgrades time consuming costly. That's also a really good one. My example, SAP R3, implementing 9 to 12 months, or normally longer if you're talking about an implementation. It's not R3, also on HANA, S4 HANA. You're implementing the solution years if you're using it for the whole company. As Daniel mentioned, weeks. We're talking in Jira Service Management about weeks. And if we're talking about maybe like Solman from SAP, have fun, you're talking about months and years. Or maybe you're talking about other competitive solutions. Maybe they had an S and an N in the company name. The guys from ServiceNow, they're implementing also months or years. I know that because one of my colleagues, I'm responsible for the DACH region, and my colleague, my counterpart, was working for ServiceNow. And he told me a lot about the implementation because I was really interested in that one. That's really, really hard. On the Lufthansa story, I will tell more about it. All right? Perfect. Good. And that's exactly what's happened at Ford. Therefore, is Tesla now the modern car manufacturer in the world. They are flexible. They break the silos. They are working together. They have one database to construct everything. And also it's more like an evolution for the car industry. You order a car in the internet, or you buy them in the internet, and not in a shiny, nice house at a dealer, at a Tesla dealer, or a BMW or a Mercedes dealer. No, you buy it by a browser. So that's amazing. All right, let us go further. At the end, as end result, and that's the end result, you will deliver to your customers and to your employees an amazing service. That's also, it's not a summary, but you will deliver, as I mentioned before, brand. If you have a good brand, you will deliver also an amazing service. If you have an amazing service with your employees, so a smooth process, simple and easy to consume, you will receive a good feedback from your employees, also from your customers. Maybe like a personal horror story about service. It's happened this year, it's true, it's a really true story from my side. Oh, not this year, it was last year. My screen was broken, and there was guarantee on site. Okay, I buy that as Amazon, and I chat with the bot. That was nice, cool, directly. 5 minutes later, I have the supporter, I have the agent on my phone, and they said, yes, apologize for that one, but we have the agreement with the vendor that you need to contact them directly. On the Amazon side, it was amazing service. On the other hand side, I do that one, I contact that company, it's a huge one, and they open a ticket. Everything was fine, but there was no transparency. Over weeks, I was waiting. There was no phone. I had a phone number. I cannot receive anyone. I sent something in the ticket, comments, whatever. Nothing will happen. What's happened for me, or with this company? That was my last time that I buy something from this company, because they're not delivering an amazing service. That was horror for me. I was waiting 8 weeks of a broken screen without any information. That was horrible for me. And therefore, if you're talking with your customers, they will receive that also. Therefore, it's also a part of brand. Maybe another one is, every one of you knows, I think, Nokia. Good mobile phones, good batteries. But it's not Nokia is not anymore the best mobile phone in the world. It's Apple. Why? They lose knowledge. They lose a lot, and Apple was faster. That's the part. Other companies are faster, more intuitive, more improvement oriented, and therefore it's always a big part to improve every day, and not one time a year. Every day. We do that also at Atlassian. Simon is my manager, and we as team improve every day. And that's important to deliver to our customers an amazing service. Maybe like to our partners or to you. And therefore we improve and we do everything to do that. All right. And therefore we designed our platform, the One Atlassian platform, to deliver an amazing service, but also to deliver teamwork, collaboration, connecting people. That's also a key. Connecting people, bring people together. Edwin talked about that one in the video. Connect tools and information. AirTrack, connect now with any tool that we have in place. So AWS from the asset part. That's absolute cool, amazing. I love it. Or to connect with any solution that you need, SAP, Salesforce, Workday, whatever. Our platform is open, you know that. And the other thing is change and speed and agility. You know, implementation time, month, years, no, now. That's the part, in a short way. And the other part of that, or the other view of the medal is, if we're talking about maybe like improvement in business units, at best in non-IT driven companies or non-IT driven business units, they can change everything on your own without any IT efforts. That's good, because IT is happy about it, because they have more time to change something. If you're a rush, yeah, it depends, I know. It depends. It depends on culture.
And the people wanting to make the change.
Ergo, it depends on culture. All right, and the last one is supporting innovation through autonomy. Deliver an amazing service. Yes, so that's everything what you as company needed to have a good service and to have a really happy customer at the end. And Jira Service Management, you see, from the platform perspective, we have the ensure part, so that means we have one database, we have one infrastructure. You have the experience side. From the collaboration part, you have analytics, the administration, knowledge base, the execute, so typical ITSM-driven requests. We need to optimize that one, so we need to improve that one, because we are talking now about ITSM. What's happened with ESM? Enterprise Service Management, the same. You can also say, okay, no configuration, you can say ESM. Patricia will talk about ESM later on the day. And it's also part of Jira Service Management. And last but not least, engage. To have maybe like other request possibilities. And maybe we talk about emails. I'm not a fan of emails. But what do you think about other opportunities to request maybe like an issue? Any ideas what you can do without any emails? And phone. What do you think? Maybe like you. Any ideas? No ideas? Okay.
Well, you've got it on the screen. It's the chat, it's portal, it's
Yes? But what do you think about that one?
I
VA, virtual agent.
I hate virtual agents because they always suck.
Why?
I don't know. I've never built one. I just want to talk to someone who can fix my problem. I don't want to spend 15 minutes looping through the same questions in a virtual agent again and again.
That's a part of a bad knowledge base.
Yeah, well, yeah, but that's been my experience so
Yeah,
far.
and you can solve that one.
Hmm?
So with the virtual agent, actually on Slack, and Patricia will also present that one with the chat functionality also, I think so, in Microsoft Teams. So we have both Teams and Slack, but in Slack we have also at the moment the virtual agent in place. And if you have an optimized knowledge base in place, you will receive a quick answer. And we can solve that because we can make a rating after that one. If you have a 5-star rating or a thumbs up or whatever, and the result was good, then it's the content from the knowledge base is also good. That fits to me. Yes, please.
When it comes to virtual agents, at least my experience is that generally it's the common questions that they can answer really quickly. But when you go to engage someone for IT service or for some kind of support, you talk to a virtual agent, or you want to engage someone to get support, you don't have a common problem. Because you have already a lot of people who do the research themselves, looking into how to fix the given problem, and if it's a common problem, you know how to fix it. And so perhaps it's a product of the knowledge base that the virtual agent is operating on that's not up to date, or is not where the not common problems isn't described how to fix.
Okay, then usually we have a problem. That's a part of improvement. You need to improve, as I mentioned before, every day. And that's also part of your knowledge base. Maybe like there's, as you mentioned, there's a common problem for the first time. There's no knowledge base. Okay, the virtual agent cannot help you. Okay, the virtual agent creates directly into Jira Service Management a ticket, assign it directly to the right assignee, ready. And maybe the first level or second level or third level support find a solution for that one. And then he can create via ChatGPT AI a new knowledge base article that can be used also from the virtual agent to solve that one for the next employees. Please.
But how do you get over the initial? What I experience is that a lot of time the visual agents or the chat agents, they give you the impression that the company actually don't want to talk to you. Mm-hmm. They don't want to service you. They just want to give you this agent. That's at least my experience, and what I've heard from a lot of people is that it gives you the experience of we don't actually want to talk to you. Just want to talk to this one.
Yeah, that's true and not. You can culture. It's a culture part. It's a really culture part. And maybe I can tell you another true story. In one of my previous companies, we are also implementing Jira. That's now 6 or 7 years ago. It's not a virtual agent, but it's more like similar to you're not talking about it. You're not talking about first level or second level or whatever. It was so implemented in support. And our CEO says, hey guys, in sales we need that one, we need that here, we need it for legal. And we implement, I think, 10 projects in a half a year in different business units. Until the end, every business unit use Jira for ticketing. You need to change your mindset as company and also your way of working. So if not a CEO can say, okay, from now we are working with a virtual agent, no contact to this agents. Doesn't work. Make no sense. But if you say, okay, the team, so that means the first level support, says, hey guys, we are working now with a virtual agent. This virtual agent solved 1 month each year on time for us as a department. Then, as an end result, we have more time for you to solve your problems. Your really problems, not printers not printing and there's not enough paper inside. That's the part. Change it. Tell another story to the audience so they say, hey guys, if we are solving now 1 month every year, that's amazing for us. Then, as a result, we have more time for you. And the other part is, my colleague is a bit older than me, and he was arrived last year, and after 3 months, he had a problem with his Mac, a really hard problem. And the virtual agent solved the problem for him, and he's not a techie. He's a sales guy. He's not technical. That's also a positive example for that one. Hopefully, I can answer your question. Is it okay?
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. All right, and then we go back now to my part. Daniel, what's on time? 15 minutes, right?
15 minutes, yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. I think I will finish earlier. The enriched part is, with Jira Service Management, you can use also Confluence, Jira Software, Status Page, Work Management, Jira Line, and also the all extent possibilities from CI/CD, integrations, marketplace. So you have all possibilities that you need. All right. As I mentioned before, I finished earlier. That's my summary. If you're talking about digital transformation, it is a part of culture, innovation, value streams, agility, teams, collaboration, and my favorite one, new ways of working. This is my summary for today. Questions? Was it helpful for you, or more like, was it an eye-opener for you? Feedback?
I think, yeah, it's pretty much what we do in my team.